Hello, welcome to the special edition of Insights from the Shed. My name is Andrew Hepworth and I will be the host of this yearly roundup for ADS Creative Solutions, joined today by Managing Director Kelly Scott.
Good afternoon.
And back from Dubai to spend a little bit of time in the cold, Ben Grover, Head of Digital.
Thank you. Already too much time in the cold.
This special edition of the podcast is to dig deeper into the year, into the life of a full-service marketing agency, how we've performed, the challenges we've faced, and the up and downs of a year in a very tough industry. Yes, from businesses taking financial hits due to parliamentary turmoil, the marketing world consistently changing to a more online, complicated industry, businesses recovering from COVID-19 and looking to move forward and past it, and even Elon Musk taking over Twitter in a bizarre turn of events. The marketing and business world has had a year that is not likely to be forgotten anytime soon. But first, I think we'll hand over to Kelly and ask the real questions. What have we accomplished this year?
Wow, big question. I think looking back, weirdly, this time last year, we were put back into another lockdown. I think it's really easy to think COVID was a long time ago, but with very early January last year, we were back working from home. So I guess the first thing is we've really safely navigated through COVID, and we're kind of coming to the light at the end of the tunnel, I think, now in terms of getting back to pre-COVID normality. So that's, well, the challenge. The team adapted really well, was really great. And I was thinking about this on two levels, really. So personally, within the business, I think we've welcomed 2 new members of staff this year to the digital team. Brilliant to get 2 new people on board, new skills to add. It's been really positive. We continue to invest in professional development. So Reese has been put through his management course, which is great to see. So that's been really great. And I think just basically like everyone like building on their own strengths. So as a team we grow and as a business we grow. So that's been really, really positive.
And so from the Dubai side, Ben, I guess the same question to you really. What have you accomplished out there and how's kind of the upside side helped you out there and how have you helped across here?
Yeah, I think kind of like you said there, like it's crazy how quick things change, especially in like this, with this world, in the marketing world. I think if anybody would have said a few years ago with COVID and we'd all been locked in our house for a couple of years, we've all probably thought that was crazy. And equally, I think if we'd have said we'd have had another office almost 2 years now in Dubai, I think we'd have thought that was crazy too. It's been really exciting. I think the first 12 months we used as kind of a real learning curve for the region, for like what's out there, what's the market look like. And then the last sort of 8 to 10 months, we're really sort of trying to push forward now. We're taking a lot of new clients on board. We're working with, with the biggest sports retailer in the region, along with some big educational institutions, startup businesses. I think it's been a really exciting time. And like I said, we're now coming up towards 2 years in Dubai, and it's exciting to see where things are going to go.
You mentioned about clients there. So Kelly, how many clients are we ending the year with over here in Oxford?
It's really pleasing actually that we're about 35% up on clients on this time last year. And we're almost back to pre-COVID levels. It's really positive to see. That is just our also clients. So obviously, Ben, we've got the Dubai clients as well, which interestingly, I think is a very similar split to the industries we have here.
Yeah, it's been really varied. I think we never wanted to kind of go into a particular niche because that's not what we do here. But I think when we look at like the industries and the sectors we work in, it still is, very split far and wide across different areas. But we know people, we know the audiences, and it works really well for us. I think the services we've started to offer now, but the split we've seen in that side of things as well over the last like sort of 10 months has been really positive as well. Again, offering a wider range. We do a lot of design work, a lot of creative side of things, but a lot more of the marketing elements are starting to come through now on the Dubai side as well, which is obviously a huge part of what we do here. It's been a really sort of positive, ever-changing year, I guess.
Yeah, on the topic of an ever-changing year, heading into a new year now, winding down for Christmas. Kelly, where do you think our main efforts are going to be focused going into the new year?
I think we continue to build all the strengths that we've got, so offering services across the board. So, we say we're a full service, but we definitely are. We've got the digital team, so anything from websites, social media management, pay-per-click, digital advertising, SEO, photography, videography, you name it, we pretty much cover it. And then on the traditional, what I'd call the traditional side of things, we still do lots of media planning, media buying, strategy, bits like that. So it's building on that. But also for me, I've been sparked, I guess, by a recent event I went to, which is talking about Web 3.0, the future of the metaverse, what that's going to look like. And I think, I don't think we're anywhere near being able to kind of work in that area yet, but it's definitely something I want to learn more about. And, we talk about the team continuing to learn, so continue to upskill the teams. There's so much that's coming, but it's difficult to predict, like, how quickly it's going to come.
And I think for us as well, it's great to have a team where we've all kind of got a genuine passion and interest for that. I mean, you look at kind of the metaverse stuff, and you look at someone like Rob, who's got a genuine passion and interest that he's looking into it in his spare time and things anyway. So if we can evolve that, bring it into a part of the business where, it's only the way the world's going to go, more online, more digital. We want to be on the forefront of those sort of evolutions and changes. So I think, I'd say, having a team that are actually passionate about it as well is only going to benefit us into the new year.
I think one area that I'm keen to explore with it, and I don't know how feasible it is, how crazy an idea it is, but at some point there's going to be a networking facility in the metaverse. Like, who's going to be the first person in Oxford to create an Oxford metaverse? Are we going to be part of that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Dubai as well, like, Dubai is such a forward-thinking, fast-paced environment. I think, there's a lot of people talking about it out there right now. So it's not just looking at it from an Oxford standpoint or from a Dubai standpoint. It's like, how can we as a company be at the forefront of it and keep up with those changes? And, like, the events and things I go to out in Dubai, everybody's trying to do something different, like bring something new to the table, make them stand out and be unique. And like say, a networking event in the metaverse is probably just around the corner. It's going to happen and going to happen very soon. So like I say, how could we be a part of that, or, be the ones to establish ourselves in the area as the people who look that sort of further ahead into those some areas, really.
I'm going to say, being spread across 2 continents, essentially, if you could both end up at the same online networking event, would it be in the metaverse? That'd be a first, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Maybe we need to make it a New Year's resolution that we hold one meeting next year in the metaverse for all of us.
Really interesting. It'd be really interesting. I think that was the thing that enabled us to have that move to Dubai and not kind of lose connection with the team here as well. Is that, COVID showed us that we can work remotely. We can all work, from a machine as long as we're set up in the right way, which I think we'd already had those things in place anyway. So it's like, how do we again take the next step of that? We can all join a Zoom or a Teams call, but what is the next step? And is that the metaverse? Is that, we're in a virtual reality meeting room and all sitting here with each other, but none of us are actually here. What does that actually look like? We'll be really interested to see where that goes next.
It's an incredibly exciting time, especially to look ahead. And who knows, this time next year we might be doing this podcast in the metaverse, and that may be a highlight of the year. So on that topic, Ben, have you got a highlight or any highlights of your 2022 that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, it's been a really sort of exciting year as we kind of pushed on from our first sort of 12 months of learning. I think one thing that I'm really happy with is some of the partnerships and relationships we've formed out in Dubai. One of those in particular is with the Dubai Young Professionals. What started as a small networking group is a real sort of community for young professionals in the Dubai region. And I think it just for us, we saw an opportunity there to form what we are now the exclusive media partner with them for all of their events and their activities that they do. And it was really good for us because I think where we have maybe established here in Oxford, like in Dubai, we are in effect a startup, and they are very much in the same boat. But I think we share the same values, vision, and kind of direction as to where they want to take their business and where we want to take ours. So I think it was kind of a partnership that was made to be, really, because like I say, what we can bring to the table for them, what they can bring for us. So I think it's just been really beneficial from both sides. We sort of done the first iteration of sort of, a very simple website that you can sell the tickets onto the events and that sort of thing. And now we're in those discussions of the next evolution of that. So it's the membership side of things. It's the community. How can we put a real focus on that and a value for the members of that network? I think that's where I say we shared the values of, they want to help others grow in Dubai, just like we do, just like we've had the help and support of others. So it's just, I think that's been a real sort of highlight for the year for me, definitely.
It's almost like a little bit of a decentralized space where instead of having the big conglomerate companies who have all of their own departments, it's almost as if smaller startups are coming together to form, not Dubai as a whole, but so many different elements that places don't necessarily need departments themselves anymore.
Yeah, there was a real. I mean, in Dubai, like, what was one of the first things I noticed when I moved there was that there's such a entrepreneurial spirit, I guess, to be a bit cheesy out there, that you feel and you get. But like you said, there's nothing been really for young professionals. You know, there's a lot of 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds trying to start up businesses now. Things like in the metaverse space, or things that are a bit more forward thinking than probably what has traditionally been. And I'd say I think that community and that network really gives a platform for these to go out there, to reach a wider audience and just open up conversations with people. Like, I've had so many interesting conversations at these events with, jobs that I didn't even know existed, but like they do, and they're out there. And it's like, without a community and a network event like that, you would never have these conversations. So yeah, it's been really, really interesting just from a personal standpoint, let alone from a business side.
Such an exciting space to be in across in Dubai, but also so many different things changing over here in Oxford. And so Kelly, what are your highlights of the year been? What do you look back on as memorable moments for your year?
I think one of the really pleasing things here is one of our biggest clients are one of the UK's largest independent timber engineering companies now. And, we support them in many ways, but this year they've won several leading industry awards that, we've played as a really small part in, but that's really, encouraging to see. We sometimes forget what we do in our, little building. Actually, it's got nationwide reach, worldwide reach. We forget that. We're so kind of like absorbed, I guess, in the day-to-day. So that's been really pleasing. I always enjoy, the variety of clients that we've got. So across many different industries and sectors. What has been a really tough 3 years probably, we continue to pick up new clients. And I think, we've always maintained our standards, I suppose, of that very high level of like customer service we offer them. So that's been really pleasing. And just, make it for another year successfully. It's been a great year. I think the team's really strong. And lots of things to look forward to as well. It's been good.
Yeah, and not only just focusing on kind of us and what we do, but especially out in Dubai this year, Ben, you've had a few kind of people come out that have work experience with you and work alongside you, giving some, younger, nearer to the industry people a chance. So, do you want to give us a little insight into that?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I've always kind of wanted to do, I think, because when I first come into this company, like, I was working on building sites, fitting bathrooms and kitchens, knew this is what I wanted to do because it was what I had a passion and excitement for. And if it wasn't for like Kelly and Sally or people that give me the opportunity here, I would never have got to do this and never got my foot in the door. So I think it's when people just ask for that bit of insight, that bit of help, just to be able to give them that bit of time and to be able to show them kind of what we do on a day to day. I think it, for me, it would have been really helpful at the time. And like I say, being able to learn on the job, learn here, like from actually, I think when I come into it, I was thinking, I want to be a graphic designer, and that's all logos and t-shirts and all this sort of thing. And you very quickly learn that, there is a lot of that, and it is a lot of exciting things to do, but there's a lot of stuff that you have to do in the side of that. So kind of showing people that insight, but not to scare them off, but to just give them a real look into what this world is. And luckily, the people we've had in, the people we spoke to, have all kind of gone away and felt, at least from what they fed back, has felt like, revitalized, I guess, into not being scared, but actually they have a wider appreciation for what we do, what it takes in the industry. So yeah, it's been a real sort of like nice, quite rewarding sort of element to what we can do.
It's quite exciting actually going into the new year as well. We're looking again to expand the teams. So here in Oxford, we need to expand in digital again, and we're kind of a crunch point, I guess, with Dubai, in that we need to make a decision on if we're going to employ there as well, which is really exciting actually. But especially, we're not 2 years old yet there, and if we can start to build a team there, that will be really exciting as well. Just to then, see the businesses collaborate across the two offices, really.
Yeah, that is exciting. I would like to ask you that though, Andrew, because you're obviously new to the business. You've been here like 6 months. Like, how do you feel it's been sort of fitting in, settling in, and kind of the work we do?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of welcomed in with open arms. I joined the digital team, with a limited experience in kind of social media marketing and stuff, and everyone across the whole business, from digital to, as you said earlier, Kelly, traditional marketing. I've learned so much in such a quick period of time. It's been fantastic. To be able to go and work on some larger scale events, some like big golf events, and to go out to clients and meet people The array of people that I have been able to meet have been fantastic. Me and Kelly went out to a big business breakfast a couple of weeks ago, and that was a nice charity event where we did a little bit of networking. So, yeah, it's been a lot to take in, a lot to get my teeth into, but I have really thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's good. What would you say you were like highlights a bit? Because you've asked us something.
Going to the Open Qualifier and the English Trophy at Fulford were the personal highlights with the content creation, but the vlog that me and Rob have just created, and even doing this podcast, putting myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, getting this Brummie accent out to the world, I think is not necessarily something that people are going to thank me for, but something that I have actually really enjoyed a lot more than I thought I was going to.
No, that's good. That's just interesting. Like I say, you ask us, but it's like we've been here years doing this, so it's interesting to hear it from someone who's kind of fresh in. So that's good.
Yeah, it's not all business and it's not all professional all the time. Have we got any funny stories from the year that we'd like to share? Any funny things that have happened?
He's setting himself up.
Yeah, I think I have.
Let's just say one of our key points of induction week is to avoid scam emails. And Andrew, bless him, on his very first week in the office, presented to my desk a number of, what were they?
And Zoom card, not Zoom.
The Steam gift
card.
Steam gift cards, because I'd emailed him a couple of hours before to ask him discreetly to go and buy them from Game in Whitney. Couldn't afford £100 worth, so he only got £60.
I thought that might have been a little bit of a hazing process. I didn't realise I was being scammed by a real scammer, so that was a quick learning curve.
It was good, and like the fact that you took it in good spirits and like everybody can have a laugh about it and things, I think was like in a weird way. I think it was a nice way to like come in and kind of, realize everyone's kind of, I guess, attitude and approach to it all, and it's just to kind of laugh about it. So,
any funny stories from Dubai, Ben? Reece coming out and playing top golf with you, or?
Oh goodness, yeah. I mean that was fun considering how much Reece was talking about the top golf. But that was really nice. It was really nice to have Reece there. Like Kelly and Sally and things have been over, and like Reece managed to come over from the team. And that was just really interesting, just to have, even though everybody here is very involved with the work we do in Dubai, it's like to actually have someone on the ground, go into the meetings, go into the places that hear me talk about all the time, and just to be able to see the city and the difference. It is a big contrast. Like here we're down in the countryside, and then there we're literally in the skyscrapers. So it's really a big contrast of environment. Like I say, the work we do, I think, it has travelled, and it's the work we've been doing I think it's been just as good, if not better, than we've ever done before. So yeah, it's been really nice to have that, and to have, like I say, members of the team be able to see it as well.
Yeah, well, thank you both so much for coming in and talking through the highlights of the year. I hope it's been nice for you to both take a little step back from your busy workloads and actually have a think about the year and what we all have achieved together and the memories we've been through and stuff.
Yeah, I think it is nice. I think, like you kind of alluded to, Kelly, like you look back. Well, we don't look back is the thing. We're all so busy and we've got so many things going on. We kind of, just on to the next thing and keep working for our clients and that sort of stuff. But when you actually look back, I think when I wrote out one of our vision statements, I think from like when we first opened Dubai, it was talking about, I say, to something really cheesy, like about worldwide, affecting companies worldwide, helping them create creative that can captivate people. And it sounds insane. But then we work with clients now, across the Middle East, in the UK, across Europe. We've done landing pages for Japan, we've done landing pages for America. Like, actually, we are doing that. And it's not until you sit down like this, have this conversation, you'd realize how much you've done and what you have actually done.
This week, we also have a briefing for a new brand in Australia.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
And it really is worldwide.
Well, I think we're looking forward to a very positive 2023. I guess all that's left to say is, anyone watching, thank you for watching. Have a lovely Christmas, and we look forward to an exciting 2023.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thanks.